Hello everyone, I'm Inting Chao and this is my second teaching video. And in this video, I will speak more slowly and pause longer between sentences, especially sentences after question marks. Okay, and so let's start my teaching. Okay. Start. Hello everyone, today I would like to solve an example question in your textbook with you all. So please turn to page 353 and you can see then example 5. Okay. And instead of reading all the statement and question for you, I do the summary of them, and which can help you get the key point of this example quickly. Okay, so let's see the summary. And in this example 5, it's talk about an Alma's restaurant, and which is famous for its pizza. And Aunt Alma's is really interested in the sales of her restaurant, so she keep recording the daily sales of her restaurant. And in all the past records she made, she found that the sales follows a certain probability distribution. And in this example, it's population distribution. Okay, and this distribution has mean equal to $900 and standard deviation equal to $300. And you have to remember that the statement only tells us that this distribution, this is a certain distribution, so we don't know the exact distribution this. Okay, so this distribution is unknown for us. Okay. We only know the mean and the standard deviation, but we don't know what is the distribution look like. Okay? Okay. And the mean sales are computed each week for 7 days in a week. Okay? And let me explain it out again, like this, in this way. Okay? I think it will be much more clear for you to understand. Okay? Suppose that this is the sales record made by Aunt Alma. And there are sales and date, okay? And Aunt Alma write down the sales for each date, and she did it many days, but we don't know how many days she did, okay? And we also do not know the starting and the end date of this record. We only know that she did it, okay? And all the sales she wrote down is the population in this example. And this population follows a certain unknown distribution. Okay, and this population has the mean equal to $900 and standard deviation equal to $300. Okay. Besides, the mean sales are computed each week from Monday to Sunday. There are 7 values of sales, and then we can get a mean sales for each week. Okay, each week. From Monday to Sunday, 7 values of sales, we can get the mean sales. Okay. Other week, mean sales. Okay. And maybe you can think like this. The sales are all the population, right? And the data in a week, 7 value of the sales is the sample of this data. Okay. And in each sample, 7 value of the sales, we can get a sample mean. Okay, the other week, the other sample with sample size 7, we can get the other sample mean. Okay, so in the end, we will know that there are a lot of sample mean sales. We can get a lot of sample mean sales from this data, right? Okay. So that is all the key point that the statement tells us, and it's also the only information we can use to solve the question in this example. Okay, is that clear? Okay, let's move on to the question. Okay, let's see the question. What are the mean and the variability of the weekly sample mean sales? Okay, before you have to know that the variability here is the standard deviation in the statistical terms. Okay, when you see this question, maybe you can think intuitively like that. Oh yeah, we have already learned the formula about the mean, how to count the mean, and the formula about how to count the standard deviation. So maybe we can just use the formula to get the answer for this question. Okay, Can we really do that? Can we really do that? Okay, before we start to determine whether we can use the formula to solve this question, let me ask you a question first. Does anyone know what is the formula of the mean and the standard deviation of the weekly sample mean cells? Does anyone know what are the formulas are? Okay. The formula is this, like this. The mean and the standard deviation of the sample mean is like this. And this x bar I is the value of the sample mean, and p is the number of the sample mean we have. Okay. So so we can find that the standard deviation and the mean deviation of the sample mean are all related to the value of the sample mean and the number of the and the value of the sample mean and the value of the number of the sample mean we have, right? Okay. So however, in this example, these two are unknown, right? Because we only know that there are a lot of sample mean, but we don't know what the exact value it is. Okay, and we also do not know how many sample mean we have. So in this example, we cannot use this formula to get the answer we want. Okay, because there are too many unknown things. Okay. Okay. So does anyone have any ideas about how we can do if we don't use the formula? Let me give you a hint. Think about the distribution of the sample mean, and think about what I told in the last video. Okay. The answer will be like this. Yeah, by using the central limited law I was taught in the last video, we can find that the distribution of the sample mean will be the normal distribution with mean equal to the population mean and standard deviation equal to the population standard deviation over the root of the sample size. Okay, and remember that because the central limited law is the central limited theory is the theory that do not have any population distribution restrictions. So in this example, even though we don't know the population distribution of the cells, right? We still can use central limited theory law to solve this question. Okay. Okay. So because we know that it's the normal distribution with mean like this and standard deviation like this, we will know that the mean of the sample mean cells will equal to the population mean cells. And what is the population mean cells? The statement have already told us that is $900. Okay. And what is the variability, standard deviation of the sample mean cells? Okay, and this is the population sigma divided by the root of the sample size, and so it will equal to the 300 divided by the root of the 7, and it will equal to 113.4, right? Right. So by using a central limited law, and we can solve this question by writing down the answer. Solve this question by writing down the answer like this. Okay. Next, let me remind you two things. The first thing is that the formula for mean and standard deviation cannot be used all the time. Okay, because sometimes the statement of the statement of the question won't give you enough information for you to use this formula. Okay. The example 5 is the good example. Okay. And second is when the question is talk about sample mean, please do not forget the central limited law. The central limited law is really useful. If you use it in a more flexible way, when you see the question is talk about sample mean, it will help you solve this question more efficiently and quickly. It will help you solve a question more efficiently. Okay, more efficiently. Okay. So that's it. Bye bye.